the Dallas Makerspace for the DFW Amiga Club meeting in July 2026. And I'm gonna sit here and make sure that the audio is working as always. So let me just wait until, there we are. Pop live up here. And make sure the audio is up. Yep, okay, we're good. Let's take a tour. I guess I'll start by narrating over here with my system. I brought the Amiga 1200. Last month I was here trying to install a PCMCIA Wi-Fi card in here, but I think something went a little bit haywire with the hard drive that was up here. It started getting all squished up in there, something in transit maybe got a little jostled, and unfortunately the system was hanging, eventually wouldn't boot. This part got hot, the power supply got hot, so I got somebody actually with me here at this meeting who's lent me a spare power supply. And I was also trying a little bit of a modification because there was another YouTuber that had done a video where instead of using CF or even SD, they're using M-SATA. And so there's an M-SATA card and a tiny little 64 GB drive up here hooked up to the CF slot, and I have an adapter. Although unfortunately, I haven't quite been able to get this to work, so I think I'm still going to keep that pulled out for the moment and try that again later. I might have to get in contact with them to see if there's something special that I have to do. But the good news is I still have the original hard drive with the system, so I can still pop this in, and then you can get it going like that. So if I pop this in, of course, one-handed is going to be incredibly difficult, right? There we go. All right, one-handed pop. We got the red stripe on this side, and then we can turn it on, and then we should be good. Gotta love running these things without the proper cases on, but anyway, we can go up here and flip the switch, and then get the disk drive. We got the floppy disk out of there. You can see it's coming up with my AGA OC3, I think, or AGA, it's the MK3, yes. So then, it takes quite a while to get this going. But eventually, you'll see that it's definitely chunking through the hard drive. And after a while, you'll eventually see it come up. And it'll start running everything as usual, or it should. Yep, there we go. It's going to start booting up, and eventually it'll pop up a little diagnostic message. It'll show the system tray, some apps at the bottom, and all that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, I actually lost track of my PCMCIA card before I got here. So I'm going to have to take that back at home and figure that out later on. So, one problem up here is that I'm getting an error occurring, which is kind of unfortunate. So, but the stuff on the bottom still ends up showing up just fine anyway. So, I don't know what this is all about. I don't remember that happening before. So, I'm going to have to take a look at that. Anyway, thanks for rejoining the stream. I was here about 30 minutes or so ago, but unfortunately the screen aspect ratio was wrong. It was showing up on portrait mode, and I usually like to be landscape, so this time we're all straightened out. Now, the other thing too is I've also switched to a fold phone. And I think the fold phone is a little bit too heavy for my gimbal, so as you can see it's kind of bouncy a little bit, but the good news is I've got separate microphones. Chris just came up to join me and say hi in the microphone.
Hey, how are you doing?
All right, doing fine. Here's Chris.
I am Chris.
Yep.
I've been called worse.
As have we all, right? Yeah, I was just going over the 1200 that I brought.
Oh yeah, it's nice and clean.
Yes, indeed.
It's good.
Although the cap job is a little bit questionable because they certainly put surface mount. They put regular axial stuff on a surface mount pad, and so I'm probably going to get the cap kit from Console 5 and just go back and redo that properly. It's done like that. The other thing that's kind of weird is I've been getting an error occurred up in here in my, I guess, my boot screen, and so it's up there instead of showing me my beautiful background. Because normally it gives me like some...
It does that because you're trying to show it off.
I guess so, you know. So if you open up iGame anyway, that's that's really the only important thing that matters. If this thing still works, then I guess we're fine.
Go.
Perfect.
I do have a question for you. I don't know what you're feeling.
Is it what?
Do you have any more of these? This is a smaller type screw. Do we have any of these? You know what I'm talking about? It's just like a case screw, except this one's a little smaller and will not fit.
Oh, weird. So it's a different threading then,
It's
huh?
it's
there.
not the thick one.
Right. I bet I've got some at home.
Okay,
And
and
actually,
I've got a whole bunch of them, and it's fine. I thought maybe if there's some laying around, but if not,
yeah, I don't think there's one here, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, although, speaking of which, I could probably use a ride if you're willing to.
So, yeah.
Cool.
I'll give you a ride home.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
So, anyway,
Well, I guess I'm going to go mosey around as well, as I'm done talking about this guy.
That looks good, though.
Thank you. So, incidentally, if you are on the stream, you're watching live, please join us in the chat and say hi, and then I'll give you call out. So that way we know that who's watching from where. Yeah, I'm streaming.
Did you still need to do something?
Oh, honestly, I forgot to bring the 4116s anyway. Yeah, unfortunately.
No worries, no worries.
We'll hook up later on the next
I
one.
need it.
Yep, sweet. Cool. Let's see. So would you like to talk about the Commodore Colt motherboard? Oh, you don't know? But you've been working on it, right?
Well, just board repairs.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit worth talking about.
It did enough to, well, I just looked up the schematic to see where things need to be connected and to make sure that there was continuity there.
Yeah. Well, let me give a little bit of context. So this is a Commodore Colt. And the Commodore Colt is a 286 clone, right? Yeah. So it's got regular old 8-bit ISO slots up in here. PC10, Roman numeral 3, I guess. Where does it say Colt on the board? It actually says Colt somewhere in here, right?
I haven't seen that actually.
I took a picture last month where it had some kind of designation on there. Up in here, Commodore International. Processor, hard disk, floppy. Yeah, it's not too often that you get to look at a Commodore Colt. So you were working on, maybe flip it around again to see what's up here. Nothing really is on the back. So you were working on getting rid of some of the goo-goo that was
Yeah.
on the battery, because of course.
Yeah.
Did you recap it or not yet?
Not yet. Most of the time that was spent was just trying to clean this area up. But this is mostly cleaned up. Could be some work done on here, but the important part is that the ground plane is intact. Right?
Yeah.
And we have continuity there.
Good.
So now these surrounding components here, there's a little bit of corrosion, especially around these resistors and these caps. So I might, at the very least, try to reflow these joints, add a new solder, maybe replace the components. I guess it doesn't hurt to recap these anyway.
Sure.
And
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, like, even if they test good on an LCR meter, I guess they can still end up causing problems later on.
fortunately, it doesn't seem like a lot of these chips here
The logics are good.
are damaged. I mean, I can see some corrosion on these legs here. So hopefully, I'll probably just clean those legs and there's no issue with that because I would hate to have to desolder. Well, I don't know if I could replace those. I don't know.
Well, the 74 logic is probably easily replaceable.
Okay.
And it looks like the rest of the stuff is probably just resistor banks, to be honest. And so that should be pretty easy to come across. Have you done desoldering of the 14-pin disc before?
No.
No, I see.
But, well, I think I might have.
What do you typically use for desoldering?
I usually use desoldering wick.
Yeah.
And for a long time I was really bad at that because I just didn't know what the technique was.
Sure.
Years ago I actually did try to dip
Yep.
chips like this before and had a really hard time with it just because
Yeah, my first time was using desoldering wick plus a little hand pump vacuum thing. And I was doing a 4164 RAM chip on an old IBM 5150. And I eventually got it pulled off without any problems. But then later on I was doing a Sega Master System. I think I did pull up trace, but I was able to rerun a wire in there and fix it.
Unfortunately, I have a bit more experience. I mean, like, at my job, I was desoldering just like header pins.
Yep.
Things like that, which is easier because you could pull the pins out individually. But just the technique with the desoldering is the hardest part is to get all the solder out to where it doesn't. Even if there's just a little bead,
Yes.
you can't take it out.
Definitely. Everything has to come out.
That
So
could be hard to do.
incidentally-
You might have to do a couple of retries, like if the wick doesn't take it all. Sometimes you put in new solder and wick it again.
Yeah, definitely. I like to put in a little bit of bismuth, like chip quick, which is a very low temperature solder. It's really designed for actually helping desolder things.
Okay.
So what you do is, like especially for surface mount stuff, what I do is I put the bismuth over the existing solder, and then I put a heat gun, and then the whole thing just pulls off, like a 32-pin TQFE chip just comes right off.
That's cool. That's good to know.
And even with like, I had some 24-pin, was it 2316s or something like that on an IBM Datamaster, and I didn't quite have my solder pump working like the powered one. I've got a Pace solder pump now. It's actually like the hand pump electronic kind.
How good are those?
It's insane. It's
Really?
worth it for sure. I mean,
Because
well,
I see
don't
some
know, it's like
discussion
1,000.
online about them, and I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's not worth it. It's expensive." And like just
Well,
use,
yeah. So I think
I don't know. I mean,
there's-
I was considering doing it, but like another thing that I'm interested in is doing like repairs on audio equipment.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hi-fi stuff, and there's a YouTuber who he's got some good guides on like just some diagnostic, like troubleshooting, ways to think about repairs. And
Yep.
He has one of those soldering machines, and it's just like I never seen anyone use it. He's like,
Yep. Done. Exactly.
oh, I gotta have that.
What kind of vintage audio equipment are you doing? Like recent stuff or old stuff or what?
Usually like. Well, I only have one. I have like a Sansui 2008 amp that I got at BCF for
Okay.
like $100. That one's already been refurbished. I don't have to do any repairs on that. But,
That's good.
Like I have, I got a Pioneer turntable that was my boss owned, and it's not working properly. It's from the early 80s, I think. And it's actually kind of cool because the tone arm isn't like it's not stationary and pivots on that corner like you see with all the other turntables, but it's on like a belt, a motorized belt.
Oh, geez.
And it moves
So it's
horizontally like that. Which
I
is
can
kinda
imagine.
Cool.
That's a
But-
trippy mechanism.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to see. It doesn't seem like the manual controls are working, so I have to. And I have to troubleshoot that, and also like the tail that he gave me, the headstock was completely missing, and also the counterweight. But usually it's cassette decks that I'm working on.
Oh wow, okay.
Which is a mixture of a lot of it's mechanical.
Right.
I think most of the issues are mechanical.
Yeah, find a capstan that's degraded or something like that.
Well, obviously it's either belts or it's like an unstable speed, motor speed.
Sure.
Which could be
Warbling motor.
sometimes it's like a soft clutch mechanism. That kind of keeps the tape decently taut. It just takes up the slack while it's turning.
Yeah.
And it also determines whether the end of the tape, it reached the end of the tape, so it can disengage the play mechanism and things like that.
You haven't worked on VCRs?
I haven't worked on VCRs, but I know like the high level of how they work.
Nice.
But
Yeah, I definitely got some VCRs that could use some maintenance. Not that they're not working, it's just that it's good to probably tune them up every once in a while. It's like nobody does that stuff anymore.
yeah, I mean, you just gotta clean the heads
Yeah,
on the drums.
that's a fair. Use a head cleaner then.
Have you ever heard of? I saw this project on GitHub. So it's for archival of analog video, usually like VCRs or hi8 tapes.
Okay.
So the way that what it does is that you're actually taking the RF straight out of the heads, the play heads, and you're putting them into like this PCI board, and then you run the software. So basically,
That's wild.
The computer is
Takes the electronics of the VCR and
your
shuts it off
computer
the
is
computer.
processing the raw signal directly from the tape through the heads. And
You know,
you
that seems to
bypass
be-
everything else that the VCR has.
For
to
sure.
do.
That seems like a popular thing because like the grease weasel is kind of the same principle for floppy disks. where it's reading the actual magnetic flux transitions off the disc. It's kind of up to you how you want to interpret it with whatever the formatting is or file system or etc.
It's kind of an interesting way to get like the highest quality video out of a tape.
Yeah, now let me ask you this then. Do you know if it does time-based code correction?
I think it does. The GitHub project's like really detailed.
Yeah. I remember paying many hundreds of dollars for a TVC VCR like 20 years
I've
ago.
been looking around for a TVC for my own archival stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you have like you heard of that like Blackmagic chain where it's just like your analog to SDI and SDI to HDMI. But then the most and those Blackmagic components, they could be like $150 to $300.
Sure.
But
yeah, I've got one of them
the
for
most
one
expensive
little
thing
piece.
is always going to be the time-based converter.
Yeah.
and you see those like small ones on eBay, they're like $1,000.
Sure.
And I see some. I bought one that was designed by 4A, this company, but it completely wrecks the video signal.
Oh, no.
That's why they only charge $100.
Yeah.
For it.
You know, it's funny because some things that say they do TVC don't really restore anything. I think some of them really do. Some of them can restore jagged picture edges and weird colors and stuff like that.
I recently bought a video mixer. It's a Roland V4, and so it's a 4-channel video mixer. So you have 4 analog video channels, and there's a TVC integrated in that.
That's helpful.
Which I've noticed because I tried to put a signal through that broken TVC into one of the inputs of the video mixer, and then you get a video for like a second, and then it's
oh
a
no,
blank screen.
this is a
like,
bummer.
It just rejects the
By the way, that's a free pile of stuff.
That's the free. Oh.
Yeah, if you want to look through the box, well, unless somebody's taken it already, but I don't think so. So the free pile of stuff consists of some floppy disks and I don't think the whole red bin is, but oh, you grabbed the whole case? Okay, cool. Very well. Makes quick work of that then, huh?
So yeah, that's the vintage hi-fi stuff.
Well, I'm gonna go jump around and take a look at some of the other projects that people brought. Let's see what else is interesting this time.
How's it going, guys?
Keep doing all right. How's everybody doing?
Great. We're playing with a little bit of.
Have the microphone.
How's it going, everybody? We're playing with the Amiga Forever and also the the 64 Forever software. So this is the C64 Forever Plus edition. So we're watching the Victoria, picking that out.
Yeah, it's running the big 20 over here.
There's the
That's
Apple
pretty wild.
4 Plus, right? Oh. So this is a PC inside a Commodore 2000 shell.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Clearly, it must have other hardware installed in here.
What is that? Yeah.
Let me see, like when we go back.
Absolutely. Check it out the back. Yes.
So I'm guessing that you're able to find.
Look how clean that is back there.
Yeah, extremely. So this is. So you actually found, I guess, what form factor is this? ATX form factor back here? This is small.
It's
ITX.
It's super small. Yeah.
Yep, something like that's back here. Interesting.
Half a terabyte hard drive. I mean, 64 gigs of RAM. But yeah, I mean, my passion project was to make sure the hard drive
Yeah.
hard drive running when it's.
Yeah, the hard drive light is always
How fun is that?
somebody's concern.
So but we got the.
Because I'm always worried about that with mine over there, too.
Right. 128.
Zoom in.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
Yep.
How fun is that?
Too bad you couldn't do Go 128.
So this is a kind of a passion project. I've been trying to make a nice little something in my home office where I got some Commodore stuff. Of course, this is not a Commodore monitor,
Yeah.
but it looks like it.
It looks, yeah, it's branded like what they would make a flat panel
I
use
painted
as.
it. So yeah.
That's wild. That's cool.
On the back, I think it's like an Emerson thing.
Yeah,
I
let's
got
take a
it. I think I got it at Goodwill for like $5.
Yeah, Sansui.
Yeah.
This is the model that they're using.
That's cool.
August of 2011. Very well.
That works out really well. So yeah, it's a fun little project. Something fun to do. But what's nice about it also.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'll leave this here.
Oh yeah.
That way it's can still talk to it.
So we actually had the Amiga Forever system. So we wanted to run, what was it, the 500? Yeah, 500?
Yeah, let's do 500.
This is the 500. You hear the floppy drive going. Launching.
Squares up here and zoom in. Yeah, hopefully that, you know, with the microphone on top of there, you can hear it. Coming out of the speakers, huh? That's cool. It gives you the real effect.
Yeah. It's a loaded workbench. Doesn't care much about it. But it's been a fun project. We got the CD drive working.
Yep. Does it actually... Well, so with the Amiga, does the Commodore recognize any of that as a storage device or not?
You load up things into the folders of the... You can load up things into the hard drive, and then you can use those and plot PDF files into the software.
That's convenient.
So it's basically like its own GoTech. You don't need GoTech.
Right.
So it's loading. Take a moment. And there's our workbench.
Ta-da!
Nice. The
Nice.
Good old days.
And it takes just as long as a real thing, too.
Yeah.
They got the timings all down.
That is true.
We have in here, I believe. Say yes.
Yep. Yeah, the save thing is pretty funny. Definitely trip it up saying some funny text. Oh, world.
That's fun.
Oh,
That's fun. See you, everybody.
Good deal. Thanks for showing us. All right. That's neat.
I want to get this project going. I'm probably going to use this keyboard here. I ordered another decal so I can cover this up. It's that clicky.
Oh, yeah. Get yourself a nice mechanical action there, huh?
Absolutely.
Cool.
You got the cool adapter to go with it to plug it up in front like a regular Amiga.
Oh, interesting. Huh. Not bad.
It's fun stuff.
Let's see what else we got. We got a couple of things over here.
Just trying stuff.
Trying stuff. Should I come back in a sec? Pretty good. Is this mine that I sold you, or is this a different one? It's a different one? Okay.
I should be done with it. It's been recapped and cleaned. That's about it. I mean, I didn't upgrade them or anything really. This one has a 1 meg insider card in it. That's about it.
Nice. Other than that, pretty much just stock Amiga 1000, huh?
Pretty much. And the DKB insider is old enough to practically be stock as well.
Oh, man. Well, let's see how it comes up then, I guess, huh?
Yep.
Just popped in a workbench disk, I guess. Well, not reading the thing still, I guess, huh?
No, it's a Kickstart disc.
Okay.
So,
Oh, time to change it out.
old school workbench.
Let's see how we go. There we go. Nice. Good, cool color scheme, too.
I guess that's a normal color scheme because this is one of the discs I got from Ned.
Nice.
And I haven't changed the color unless it's a writable.
Unless he did, I guess. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, maybe this was, we didn't pick the best color scheme here. Did you change the ROM so you can boot off of the ROM, or do you need a Kickstart disc? Never.
this should be able to boot straight in. You don't need to change your ROM. question. So what does that do exactly?
Well, we're about to plug one in. What this does is it actually, so it has an SD card, so you've got the storage on there, right here.
Okay.
And then it also does some acceleration as well. And the guy that made this is used to be the ex-leader of Space Command. NASA, like Space Command, the government Space Command agency. Yeah, so he's a real nice guy. You just email him and he can build one for you, or you can build it. I built this one myself. But.
So that also has RAM extension?
Yeah, RAM extension, and I have an accelerator in mine as well that you did. Yeah, man. You should be able to just boot off right over here. If is it turned off?
Oh, so it also makes it bootable.
Yes, that's the best thing. No more,
Nice.
no disk. Okay.
That's wild.
So it should go.
To go in on a Kickstarter or something, I'm happy to front, the chunk of it, but not the whole shebang.
We're not. No, not.
Yep.
I need everybody's attention. Everybody's attention.
Yes.
We have one more new person here. His name is Mark.
Mark?
Hi,
Can you
Mark.
introduce yourself? And,
Yeah.
what you got?
I grew up in Dallas. I live in Houston now. My dad was a computer programmer for his whole career. That's kind of where I got this. I never had an Amiga as a kid. I didn't get into the Amiga until after I'd been doing vintage computer stuff for a while. Came through Mac and then kind of played with everything.
Then you saw the light.
What?
Then you saw the light.
Yeah, I had a PDP-11 for a second. But I've got a bunch of, I ordered boards for an Amiga, for a 600 chip RAM upgrade with clock, the adapter for a regular PC drive so that it reads it fine, a flash kickstart board that I think you can fit like 16 kickstarts on it, something ridiculous. I don't need more than the 3, but whatever. And then an accelerator for the 600 that snaps on over the 6800. The PLCC, that's what I'm trying to get. And because when you order boards, you get a zillion of them, I like to sell off the extras. I'm not trying to make money. I'm $5 a board. If you buy all 4 of them, I don't know, say $10. Because I just want them to go to people who are going to use them, and I don't need 20 Kickstart adapters. What am I going to do with them? I also, a thing that I've made that I'm actually way more excited about is replacement power connectors for that weird custom thing. But better than that, I've made them so they're dual compatible with the original Square and a standard 8-pin DIN. You can plug in either one. And it's got the correct non-standard pin out on the board side that it should just drop right in.
This is the mechanical engineer in you, huh?
Last time I introduced myself as I'm a mechanical designer and prototyper, and there's so much representation of EE stuff, so much amazing electronic side stuff people are doing, but not so much on the physical side. And everybody was like, yeah, if you can design widgets, that'd be great. So here's my first widget. I have 2 left. I'm giving them away right now because these are the first basically test article, and I want people to actually install and test them and make sure they work in practical use, because I only have the one machine, and there might still be bugs. Some of them might not work, so I don't know who's the
No warranty for both of them.
Yes, there's no warranty, but definitely get in contact if it doesn't work.
We should grab one for Virginia, because she has my 1200. Was the power wonky on it?
Yeah, and I got a wonky power on mine, I think, too.
Yeah, I have a wonky power on my
Thank you very
500,
much.
which was part of the
Impetus for this.
Because I was like, surely I can buy one. No, not anywhere in the world, not at any price. I could not find the Square thing. I even contacted the original manufacturer, and they were like, we haven't made those in 20
Did you
years.
reverse engineer on this?
Yep.
Cool.
Can I see
Yeah.
What is it? Is it?
It's a power connector.
Power
Oh,
connector.
okay.
So when you plug it in and out, basically the leads start to get stressed, especially
Yeah, sure.
There's
Solder
zero
off,
from here.
put a new one on. And that's cool.
What do you do?
So the idea is eventually I want to mass produce these and sell them, because this is something that is just not available. And they break. Like I have a 500. If you look at it too hard, it shuts down. It's got a bad contact in there somewhere. Wiggly. So yeah, that's going to be the first of many things that I'm working on. I have several other ideas, but that one I figured was, let's start with something that is completely unavailable.
While you're here, you came down.
Yeah, correct. I'm visiting my kids. They live up here, so I'm visiting them, and also here for this.
what did you bring?
I brought my Amiga 1200.
Yes, indeed.
Done a lot of work to it.
You want to hold the mic?
Done a lot of work to it, and troubleshooting at this point the CIA chip, and need to basically just get.
How do you suppose you troubleshoot that, I guess? What's the troubleshooting technique for this?
There's a website called Amiga PCB.org or AmigaBoard.org or something like that, and you can click on any pin on the chip, and it'll show you like where it connects to on the board.
That's cool.
So I found that
Somebody came up with a whole net list for the whole Amiga 1200.
yeah, it's wild that they want to support them.
People love the 1200, I think. It's popular. It's like the pinnacle gaming system for the whole thing.
Seems like it.
Yeah. People use the 2000 on them for the workforce and stuff like video toasters and whatever. Gamers like this one.
When I brought that up at the VCF class, that I was like looking for an Amiga 1200, it seems like everybody I brought it up to was just like gushing over either they wanted one and they can't find it, or they love theirs. It's the best machine ever.
Yep.
So
I've been getting mileage out of this one. Like, you heard the stuff that I said I had. This is by far been coming out the most lately. Yeah, the power supply is working. I'm still getting an error message off the. It's supposed to give you a really pretty like desktop background and thing, but for some reason it's not. If you want your power supply back, for working on yours, don't shut this guy off and give it back to you. That'll work.
I may need to steal your plug because I don't have a
Yeah,
power strip.
that's a fair point too, because I forgot to bring my power strip as well. There might be some power strips in the back, but I'm not super sure. Cool. Well, thanks for showing. Is there anything else that you wanted to tell me about? You got some.
I also, if I was thinking if I got lucky enough to get this working, I also brought like the floppy Gotek.
Okay.
And it's like non-standard. It looks like. Right off
Brought your Logic Pro too.
I brought my Logic Pro.
That is the audio kind or just regular?
No, it's just what I've been using to troubleshoot it. But yeah, I just want to see if this works.
Nice.
I don't think so.
Cool. Well, thanks for sharing.
The removal tool is a thing most people don't have.
Was what? Oh yeah, possibly.
No, my problem.
I was asking if there's anybody that hasn't repairs the lead soldering because I brought my hack over desoldering gun.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I didn't bring anything here to desolder, I don't think, but.
It's the most likely thing to need.
Yeah. In the past, I've brought mine a couple of times. I ended up not really using it, but.
It's like one of the tools that most people don't have.
Right. So what'd you bring here?
This is my Amiga 4000. I got it working.
Cool. You want to clip that to yourself or otherwise hold on to it?
So
You got your fourth? Wow, this is a long-term project. You finally got it done. Isn't that exciting?
yeah.
So what put you over the edge with it? No, it's still going.
What was your question?
What finally put you over the edge with it?
You know, I'd sit down at my computer every day. I've got a lot of my Amiga sitting out
Yeah.
next to my PC, my work PC and stuff, and I look over at them every day, and
Sure.
they're just sitting there, and I'm not doing anything with them, and I'm like, what is going on? And the ones I have a 4,000 on the bottom, a 3,000 on top, and my 500, and I turned the 500 on to play some games. That's what I grew up with. And so the other ones are like, well, and so anyway, I had always known that I couldn't figure out how to hook up a SCSI
Yeah.
drive to it. I thought, well,
Is it your
yeah,
hard
it's a
drive?
CDRW.
Yeah.
I used to know, and so I learned a lot about it, which I knew they had to be terminators, had to be terminated correctly, but I didn't know about like their, the ID, like what
Right, the
ID to
ID.
give it and stuff like that. So anyway, I was like, okay, I sat down with ChatGPT, we got it out, I made my place a little bit easier to work on
In
it.
theory, it shouldn't require like any specific ID unless you overrode the computer's one by chance.
That's just it. This Warp engine supposedly used an ID7,
Yeah.
and so this one I don't know. I didn't know what was wrong. So anyway, I
Sure.
just
Yeah, I
followed
think
all
for the
steps,
most
checked
part,
everything.
a lot of the systems themselves put themselves on either 6 or 7. So you put your devices on something lower than that. tends to be better.
Yeah, exactly. So we did that. But then everything was working great. I was glad I was going to come in and install some software for it. And then it wouldn't boot up with the card, with my video card.
Oh, geez.
So anyway, so they helped me get all that redone and stuff like that. So,
Let's see, I guess.
So I brought a Lego Mindstorms expansion kit that was used to build a Rubik's Cube solver back in the day. The batteries did not leak, so it's still good. And I have a Caesar Ultra Shine scanner back there that I kickstarted. Then I won one in a raffle they had, so I don't need two of them. It's got a light on it. It's a, I want to say a 2000 by 3000 scanner on it. It's got Android operating system running on it, so you can stand alone. You can just start it, grab pictures. It does green screen removal, so your finger toss in it. It's like, you can sit down and do the whole move. I'm also next month I'm going to bring up a Snapmaker A350 Pro. So the big 350 centimeter with a laser shield around it. It's never been unboxed. All the linear rails are good, and I can't use it because I cannot vent the fumes. And then COVID happened, and now I lost my wedding. So I'll get rid of it. So bring it. Don't take me off on it. I'll take anything. No, it's a 3D. Oh, okay. So an A350 Snapmaker Pro is a 3D printer, so XY, and it's got CNC bits on it. CNC. It does CNC bits. It's got a regular with A14 collet on it, and it's got a laser. It's the low power laser. It'll only basically do paper right now, but you can buy a 60-watt laser to stick on it. It's not a thunder laser, but it does it.
So what does the laser do? I can cut.
It can cut. It can cut everything up to so the low power laser I have basically can score paper and burn paper basically.
you can also get your vision fixed.
Yeah, that's good.
Let me try it. Let me know you tried it.
I already did.
Yes. You can swap the heads and do a couple of different things.
There you go. So with this, it just was not mounted. It had some kind of, we cleaned the contacts, which I don't know. We cleaned it and remounted it and stuff like that.
Made it go together.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, you got one of the ZZ9000s. Cool.
Yeah, and it's got the optional audio board on there as well. So I just haven't gotten. I spent money on this, and I haven't gotten enough use of it. Yeah, you know. So it's like I wanted to supercharge it, and there was between this and maybe like the Vampire and stuff. But I mean, I know some people were real happy with it, but people told me that this integrates better with the Amiga, and it's kind of like replaced.
The Vampire is a bit of an Amiga replacement.
Yeah, and I thought about getting one of those as well because I like how Francisco. And I know you've had stuff and it's really neat stuff, but I was like, I'll wait. I need to do something with this. I'm not doing anything else, so that's why I've got this back out. So and I don't know. Back in the day,
no, that's right. I think
back in the day.
Well, I mean, levels here, yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. That's a nice cool level. Back in the day, I only had an Amiga.
If you want to, you have
an Amiga 500.
Yeah.
And that's why there's a little thing. I only had an Amiga 500, and that's all I could really afford at the time. And so by the time actually that's not true. One time in college I had an Amiga 3000, but it was kind of as Commodore was really heading out.
Sure.
And I played it for games, so I didn't really know how to use the operating system for what it is. I would just kind of like
working or transferring files or
just a real
compiling things. You going bye-bye?
Good to see you, Dave. Good to see you. So and so anyway, it just got to be where I need to figure out a little bit more about it, and tinker around with it.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't know there were different file systems, like the fast file system versus there's another one that I don't remember the name of, but it's something like that. And I'm trying to research it. So it's been. So now I'm back to where I can at least start tinkering with it again.
That's great. I can't believe they got the contact leader. Did you?
I brought it.
Okay. Wow.
I brought it. Yeah. Yeah. I had the screws were the only things I forgot, so I had to rob those from something else.
How long are you waiting for your CC9000?
Had a battery leak.
It didn't take long, really. Yeah, of course, I didn't order it whenever it first came out because the first batch had some problems.
Oh, yeah.
They had to fix something.
Yeah.
But after a while, you know, I mean, I probably got it back in 2023.
Sure.
So it was like the next batch. So, you know, I probably waited 6 months, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe something.
That's about what I figured.
And then it came out, and then he said, "Hey, I've got this audio card." So I'm like, "I don't know what I need it for, but it's like it's a little bit more and goes with it. All right, give me the audio card too."
Yeah, I think that for me, probably the networking and the USB is the most interesting.
Yes. And like I told some other people, the original guy, the MNNT guy, Lucas. It was. It was originally going to be he kind of stopped supporting it, but he did the hardware. He's like, hey, the firmware and everything's open source.
Yeah.
And there's another guy named Demetrius. Man, he's been releasing stuff like crazy.
That's good.
So I'm like, I sent him like $20. It's not much in the grand scheme of things, but it's like, man, keep it going.
Hey, yeah, it's still something.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Over here and kind of clean up a little bit here. But anyway, yeah. So it's been a great machine. So I'm gonna try and get some good at it, man.
Exactly. You think you'll get back in game development or anything?
That's tough. I've researched some of that. You know. So you need a power or something like that? Okay. I'll just grab it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got so many books about Amiga C back at home, and I think at this point I'm probably gonna have to wait until the kids get out of high school or leave the house or I retire or something.
You know what?
It's a lot.
The AI makes it so much easier to program now,
right?
So that you can like, hey, check this. And so I'm like, because I was like, of course I'm a C++ guy from the beginning and development stuff, and C is really different on the Amiga, but from what I know. But it's part of the thing is that I was
just the API calls in general for the OS, I'm sure.
I was like, okay, ChatGPT, let's write me 68,000. It's like whipping out 68,000 assembly, and I'm like, this is super cool.
Well, I need to try that with some PDP-11 assembly and get my Russian machine going nuts.
It'll know it from anything. Now, there's been, honestly, if it's not really in the web or sometimes, but it helps you. And it
you might have to give it some context. What's up? Oh, yeah, totally. You can steal it and shut it off.
It's been so that's really awesome. So it's like the future's bright on this kind of.
It's made my life a lot easier too.
And seeing everybody else kind of get involved in their stuff, it makes it a little. It's more motivating, right? It's not just
you're not just slogging and busting your head, right?
Yeah.
And there is a community. I mean, there's stuff that I've had sitting on my shelf for like 10 years that people are finally taking interest in. It's been nuts to see that because this is a cool system. I thought it was cool. But now I see other people think it's cool.
No, it's so rewarding. This is why I've kept this all this time. Right?
And then especially the people that want to go in and research some crazy aspect of it and tweak it and make it do crazy things it didn't do before.
That makes it all good. So that really helps out. Oh man, so all right.
Very nice.
Yeah, appreciate it. Hand over. I'm really curious to see what
we're bringing out over here, huh? Well,
and how good because I watched some comparisons of like how the CRT compares on these. What they call it
Good in both sides and good
comparison on next to the regular. It has like more lines.
Take them out, whip them real good.
The colors are really good.
Sometimes take them out.
I wouldn't say it's like,
maybe it's people just being like, that's kind of just snobs.
It's because they're so hard to get, people like to act like they're awesome.
I was like, I think one of them is like $400, $500, and I was like, because I love CRTs. What I mean is, but at the same time, man, is everyone else the room? So it's like, so
it takes up a lot of space.
I thought this was perfect for like a little test. setup. Anytime I have sync issues, you can usually see something on this that you won't be able to see on this.
Does it have built-in audio, like with speakers and stuff like that? So, okay, that's cool. I didn't know.
You want me to set this down here for you?
Yeah. I'm moving stuff out of the way, so I'm trying to make No, I was already breaking it down. And I kind of thought to myself, well, maybe he needs power. We had problems finding power, and so I had to tap into this guy over here.
Yeah, I got to make a note to bring some more power adapters for this venue. I think.
Or I don't know if there's more outlets.
Well, last time I had to steal one from.
Right here, but someone put tape over it. Like
Right.
It's gonna...
I think there's some electrical work that needs to be done in this room.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, last time I had to steal power from the TV console thing over there.
Yeah, it's set up. I just need to connect serial or a keyboard so I can actually run the tests again.
Look at how those.
Oh, that's cool. You got the diagnostic ROM in there. What kind of, is this a 40 pin or a 42 pin?
I put a 40 pin in this morning. But
And those are the diagrams?
Yeah.
What size of ROMs are these?
40 pin.
No, but I mean, is it a 27C 1200 or something like that? Or don't know the model? Okay, oh, I see. But in theory, I guess we could find the disk images, or the ROM images, and just burn them. Oh, I see. So there's the two missing holes on this side. Interesting. You didn't have to jump those for power and ground and stuff, did you?
I didn't.
Really?
And it comes up.
That's hilarious.
But I mean, if you notice, this doesn't even plug in. Like on the local ROM, it doesn't plug into the top two.
Right. Yeah, because the ones that are less than a meg or 2 megs are only 40 pins. Once you get to that size, they go to 42. And I guess if they maintain compatibility, is to make pins 41 and 42 the address lines instead of making the standard thing, is to make this ground and this power, or something like that.
Interesting. Yeah, I always wondered about that whenever I got it. I was like, why isn't it using...
So what is... I apologize. I know you sent an email about... What was the problem that you were having with this?
Initially, I was just getting black screen, and whenever I swapped the ROMs on it to diagram, still black screen, nothing. I would just see a blue flash and then nothing. And
that means something, the fact that it's blue. I know that, because if it's yellow, it's memory, I think, and then it's blue, something else.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a whole set of colors to go with
at least the CPU is running code. But other than that, yeah, it wasn't doing anything. So I hooked it up to serial, and I was able to get garbled serial out. It was all one character off.
Oh, geez, that's funny.
So when you say serial, where does the serial go to? Does the serial go?
You had a terminal emulator on your computer or something, I presume.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you plugged into one of these two, I guess.
So it's an RS-232. You've got something that reads the signal out from that, right?
Yeah. I brought it here. I'm probably gonna hook it up here in a second so I can.
I'm a big old school BBS guy.
Yeah.
And we used to have everything used to run out of the RS-232 for BBSs and stuff like that.
You should probably get out of your hair so you can set it up.
Yeah, exactly. That's really cool.
You just use this, and then it goes to...
Yeah, the null modem and stuff.
Oh, it's
yeah. That's funny.
Modem. So then what do you plug that into, though?
I have a laptop that I was good at, so...
Oh, so it's like a null modem from this into to the adapter to a laptop, and you're going to send transmit stuff over there at 119 baud or something?
Yeah, you can get I think it was 96.
You can actually, if it's null modem, you can do faster, because we used to do it with, you had two just regular Amigas with a null modem serial cable, and you could play Falcon.
Oh, yeah.
3.0 head to head. It was back what got me into multiplayer gaming so much. So, yeah. And it starts, Falcon 3.0 back in the day, it started you out facing each other in these F-16s. And so you had to basically try and
play chicken with each other. That's kind of funny.
But you couldn't lock on to begin anyway. That was really cool. Some good memories. So, yeah, no,
I got one
cool
called Falcon AT. I wonder if
works.
that's the same thing, but...
Man.
But yeah, at this point, I found a VIA that was broken this morning.
Oh, wow, okay.
And I repaired it, so now I get video out.
Hey.
I'm still getting
the fact that you can repair it, man. Every time I try and repair anything, I'm I mess it up. So.
That's the first time I've ever done that.
That's good.
I just kind of figured it out. Yeah.
Did you use you were talking about that whole website, I guess, using the NetList.
I use that. there's a website where you can trace each like data line and see like
Where it goes.
Where it goes. Like you click any
Yeah.
point on the motherboard.
So it's like it already knows the schematics, and then it goes through. You can look it up.
It makes it way easier to trace and stuff.
Somebody bought one to school. Is it brand new? Is it
They're ready.
Power supplies that meet the specs.
We got the other 8 1200. Man, we got a proliferation of 1200s
Yeah,
here. We got 3 of them, huh?
That one goes with that.
3 of the 1200s. There's one here. The old disc selector thing, I guess. Yep. Cool. And a 1000. We had this up a second ago, but they took the monitor down.
What's the other game? Out of this world?
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never done Linux. I've always been either a PC
Everything comes through my house that has a hardwired.
Yeah, I think you convert it to, I do the same.
A lot of the Apple stuff, like the older Apple monitors, actually have the knockout in the case that's that hexagon shape. But for some reason they went with a hardwired power cord. So it's real easy. You just take it out and just plug in the new one.
They did that with their new stuff. Sometimes the power cord is a special to it's a C12, but they did an adapter.
shape is weird, yeah.
Yeah,
That's how they do. That's what they're
that's
like.
right, and that way you have to buy their freaking cable.
Yeah.
So I did the same. For example, that 1200, you have if you put the hand in the middle, you have a fan too.
And the Noctua fans are so quiet. This is like a knockoff Noctua, basically. But
I like your mount. That's pretty cool. Did you
yeah, it's
design
great.
it?
I did not design that one. That's off of the fingers. It was so simple that I was like, there's no reason for me to spend the design time, and it's free to source.
Because I designed mine and it's a click too, but I like this mount.
It's like it's just friction.
Yeah,
It just wedges in there. It's
and that's what I like. That's how I designed mine. That way it's no modification to the case. I can take it out.
it fits good and tight. It's not
Somebody, it's like the LCD screen. That's right. With the gold tape, it's just press there. If I want to take it out.
my 500 actually came with the external Gotek switcher doohickey on it, and I took it off because I like spinning discs. But fortunately, the guy I bought it from had the floppy drive, so it was on a shelf, and he was like, "Yeah, I took it out immediately, put in the Gotek." I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
fun. I like floppies; they're fun.
Gotta have
I like
the connection to the OG.
The problem is hard to find the floppies now.
I don't know. I've got a bunch.
Yeah, I have quite a few. I've had good luck buying big lots of floppies at auctions.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I don't know, this old guy had a zillion floppies. You get it for cheap, and mostly they're not new, but every once in a while you get some new ones in there.
So I've been buying brand new packets, but you know, sometimes you pay a premium. But I'm afraid with a couple of people that I have just like that, is that they put it in the garage.
Yeah.
And they have mold on it. Yeah, that's right. And now I have to set up a drive, open it up, and have a spin, clean all those floppies.
Yeah, I've done a lot of imaging because I buy these big lots of floppies. I often find stuff in there that's rare, uncommon, not digitized yet.
Nice.
There was a +4 users group, the Commodore +4 in, what was the name, Monterey, maybe, in California back in the day. And I found a basically complete set of their compilation discs. And a lot of them were not uploaded yet. They weren't digitized yet. So I was like, sweet, now I get to share this with the +4 people, and they were super grateful because that stuff was just lost. The prize of that collection is I have an 8-inch floppy that is the modified Apple DOS 3.3 to work with this company's 8-inch floppy drive disk adapter for. And the way it works is you've got a 5 1/4-inch floppy that's basically got the drivers, and then the OS that's modified to use the 8-inch floppy is on 8-inch floppies. Those were gone. Nobody had ever seen one, and I bought a set of again used 8-inch floppies and joined them from my 10 to 12. Weird. I didn't think anything about it. And it's somebody talking about it, looked around, and that software doesn't exist anymore. I think I have maybe the only copy of that. So I need to get my. I have an 8-inch drive.
The old grease weasel up and
Yeah, I need to attach it to Grease house because they age 24 volts and 5.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, they're big.
Big old thing.
You know what's funny is the bigger they are, the easier they are to fix and work on.
Absolutely. Yeah,
That's totally true.
Yeah.
I have a couple that I'm working on aligning because I also found an 8-inch alignment floppy.
Oh, that's cool.
Never been open.
Isn't that a hard sector, just an alignment floppy?
With all the cap I pattern or
Yep.
whatever that's been coded on there. It's an oscilloscope.
Yep. Sure.
Somebody wanted, this works.
Well, shoot, I should bring mine for alignment, copy the disc for me, and we can do that too.
I have a 5.25-inch alignment floppy. I have an 8-inch alignment floppy. So I would be happy to do like a alignment work. Bring your drives in and all
Alignment workshop, yeah.
Alignment workshop.
I would really love to have some kind of workshop, I guess, where it's like improve your floppy disk. Let's get it working. Let's get it aligned. Let's get it spinning at the right RPMs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure that 75% of these things will just get fixed super quickly.
Yeah, like
Or in some cases, the IBM ones, I guess, need a termination resistor pack, which is weird.
And it's tricky to figure out which ones need termination, which don't, which need it at the end of the chain, which can have it in the middle of the chain. I've been dancing around that with a Tandy Model 4P that has gremlins. If the drives are on the bench, everything works fine. Put them in the case and put it all back together.
Yeah.
The carriage motor vibrates at about 5 kilohertz against the track 0
No
stop.
way. Oh,
And then I
stupid.
take them out again, and there's no problems. I've checked for. There's no ground leaks. There's no voltage potential between the case and the drives. It's just it's mystery. And I've asked the old hats, and they're like, I've never heard of that happening, man. I don't know what that
There's
is.
something wrong with some chip somewhere. It grew a tin whisker on the inside, I guess, and just got to
That one went
replace
on
some
on
weird.
the shelf of like I'm sick of you for a while.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, I would love to because I've probably bought 24 Apple II drives in the past year.
Yeah.
And some of them are fine.
Like 5 1/4 inch.
Yeah, the 5 1/4, and some of them are on track for speed. And I had one that was at 120
Yeah.
RPM instead of
That's
300.
a little
Which is
gimpy
way
there.
off, so it
Yeah.
wouldn't read. I thought it was broken because it would kind of read and it wouldn't
Yeah.
really work. And that's
You
just
just change the pot in there and just
it's
crank it back up.
just turn a potentiometer with the Apple,
Yeah.
whatever their calibration software is, and now it works perfect.
Oh, actually, the IBM ones, I don't know about the Apple ones, the IBM ones have the little grid print on the back. And supposedly if you use the
Yes.
fluorescent
Yeah,
lights,
it's a
it's supposed to look steady. It's a persistent vision trick.
stroboscope.
Yeah.
Yes. It doesn't work because now all of our lights are LEDs and they don't flicker.
Well, so I actually wrote Arduino code that uses like assembly language to get the timings exactly right. So it would strobe an LED at 60.
Wonderful. That's so cool. Yeah, I was like, do I have any tungsten bulbs left anywhere?
Well, then a fluorescent would do it,
I
right?
think a fluorescent.
Yeah, fluorescents will do it. Just find an old CFL.
Yeah, because I have actually have an old drafting arm lamp over
Yep.
my workbench that's fluorescent. So that actually work. I just hadn't been adjusting floppies in a while. Yeah, that one was super easy because their software, which you can find the image for, has a little readout and it just reads, it reads what RPM the drive is at. It just turns, it's really sensitive. You turn like 10 degrees and you get 200 RPM difference.
Yeah.
I took some time to try to, I want to get to 0. And I was not there's 5 RPM wobble, that's just, you're not going to,
Yeah,
not tune it out.
no.
But the spec is like plus minus 10.
Sure.
Yeah,
So you're
lived for probably another 4 years.
Although, it could be some leak capacitor somewhere too that's causing
I
the
had
drift.
this blue op amp
Oh, jeez.
that's in the, I want to say it's in the head lead circuitry, and it popped, I could hear it pop, and smoke started coming out of the front of the drive.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
Like it's on fire.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was cheap. It was a some 74 series. It was like a 74S25 or something.
Yeah.
Cost
And that might even have that
$2.
junk back in there too.
The what?
And they might even have that back in the electronics room too.
Yeah, they're just around.
Yeah.
I don't think I have. I took a picture and posted it because it actually blew the back out of the case. You can see the die. Like it really
That's
just
funny.
Blew the encapsulation off. But yeah, dropped in a new one. Worked fine because Woz made it out of off-the-shelf stuff.
Yeah.
It was a really, really ludicrously simple drive.
Say, why don't you explain the boards that are down here again? I guess so that we're on camera, we can talk about them.
Yes.
And
So
I guess
this-
flip this on too.
Yeah, let's flip it on.
And get you real good audio. There are a lot of people talking right here.
What's that?
Do your levels look good?
Yeah, it looks like I'm
You're at least getting into the
orange.
yellow?
I'm
Okay.
in the orange, but we're not getting to red. Yeah,
Okay.
so I think that's probably pretty good.
Cool.
So The boards in this box are mostly Commodore 64, a couple of Apple II things, and one Atari. Which
Okay.
I'm happy to go through those if you want. Or
Yeah.
Let's go through everything. These are Apple II boards. That's just a
So
prototyping
whatever
board.
kind of slot you want to make, you can just make it.
Yeah, it's just a breadboard that has the pins.
Yep.
So you just wire it up like you would a normal breadboard, which is great for prototyping stuff.
Yep. What are the basic sets of chips that you need for operating on the Apple II bus? Is there like a set of things that...
You need an EEPROM.
Okay.
Because the bus is all memory mapped, and what it does is it swaps the ROM on the board out for part of the system ROM when it calls the board, and it's kind of like bootstrap code a little bit.
Yeah.
So you need that, and then beyond that, it's really whatever your circuit is. It's totally free form after that.
Interesting, because I know that IBM stuff usually needs a few 74 chips for address arbitration or whatever.
You might need that on an Apple II card. It just depends on what you're doing.
Yeah.
Some of them are really dead simple, some are not. This is a card to do a ROM drive.
Okay.
You burn an EEPROM. It's got some 74 logic. Burn an EEPROM here, and you can put an image with ProDOS or whatever have you, and it boots in about a second and a half.
Yeah.
So you bong ProDOS.
Interesting.
And that one's. This is all stuff that's still available. It's all 74 series logic over here, and then just like.
So I could get a whole
boxed
ProDOS
in.
image, like an IMG file, and put it on a ROM.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely, because it will take up to a 1 megabyte ROM, which is
plenty. Because you only
way
need
bigger
140.
than Apple. Yeah, way bigger than Apple II disk.
Well, I might try a couple of those, I guess.
Yeah, I'd love to rehome those. And then this is
Looks like
it's a Disk 2 controller reproduction. It also works as a Lyron, so it can do HD floppies as well.
Cool.
He designed it to be pretty versatile, so you can plug it into. You can put the IDC headers on here and use it with a regular Disk 2,
right?
Or you can do an adapter from this to the 19-pin DIN and use it with pretty much any Apple II drive.
That's cool.
The thing was like, let's just have one disk driver card.
Yeah.
So got those because I had a couple Apple IIs that came with drives but no cards, totally empty of cards. And I was like, well, they need disk drivers.
Sure.
And Apple II needs disks.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff with the A2 Pico lately, to be honest. But some of those that we've built have had a lot of fabrication issues. And so it'd be interesting to try. I think the other one that you're showing, that's the ROM.
Yes. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. That's for the Amiga specifically. This is Commodore 64 specific.
Okay.
It is a board that replaces all 3 ROMs on a Commodore 64, which includes the SX64, which I have one of that's only Commodore 64 right now. So it's got basically you put header pins in here that fit into the slot. So we've got this basically has all the address and data bus, and then over here I think we just have the address bus, and then these are like chip select. So you don't have all the pins, and you've got EEPROM there, and it takes a programmable logic array to do probably the address interpretation.
For sure.
That's that, and then the rest of these are mostly various adapter boards for the weird. There's a 2564 ROM that a lot of older machines take.
For sure.
That like it's just an EEPROM, but the pinout's different.
Right.
And so I got a bunch of different types of those to figure out which one I like best. I think that's all.
Yeah, my biggest problem right now is like 2316s and 2364s.
Yeah, and those
27s.
like the earlier one, like the 2316. I actually have some. That I pulled out of a Motorola something. But I can't burn them.
Right.
Because they take the weird voltage and the algorithm is different. So I'm like, I've got these chips, but I can't burn them.
Yeah.
So I'm just not gonna mess with it.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Over here is all Amiga specific stuff. The first one I think you mentioned is this is if I can get it out of there, a flash replacement for the Kickstart ROM.
Yeah.
So solder a flash chip on there.
This reminds me of the ROM-L ROM Eliminator project, which eliminates the 2316 to the flash chip as well.
Yes, very similar thing, and because it's modern flash, you can fit probably every version of every Kickstart that's ever been. It's massive overkill.
Certainly. But it's cheap because you can find those really available.
Cheap because you can still buy these new, and this one...
And they fit on the dip package too.
On the dip package. This one is neat because it doesn't require a weird adapter to program it. It's got JTAG headers over here.
Oh, cool.
So you just program it like an Arduino or
Yeah, so you can put it either on a 40-pin ZIF socket regular program, or you can use the JTAG stuff too. Nice.
Yeah. So then you can actually update it in circuit without having to pull it out if you don't want to, mess up your socket. They wear out.
Yeah, definitely.
They wear out. I had my 500 had intermittent booting, and it was because the Agnes had a piece of dust, a piece of lint in between one of the pins. So I took it out of the socket, blew it out, put it back. Totally fine.
That's wild.
So resocketing pins is not. It's not snake oil. It actually sometimes works.
Yes. No, I believe it. I try to reseat everything.
Yeah, it just makes sense. This is a chip RAM board for the 600 that also has a real-time clock on it. I liked this guy's version because it specifically puts the components on the bottom side.
Yeah.
So you can replace the clock battery just through the trap door without having to open the whole case.
Nice.
What else do I have in here?
It's amazing how much open source hardware there is.
Right?
You can just make these days.
I want to add to it.
Yeah, because that's what my buddy's been doing with the A2 Picos, is just downloading this and having JLC crank them out.
This is an accelerator for the 600.
Really?
It doesn't use an 020 or 030 like a lot of them do. It uses a modern 68,000 that can be overclocked a whole bunch. He said he's got it stable at 40 megahertz, at which point it tests on, what's that? What's the standard, the system test software? I'm trying to
Some benchmarking thing?
Yeah, some benchmarking thing. It benchmarks higher than a stock 1200 and about like a 2000.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So his motivation was, his thinking was, I guess, I talked to the guy, that not everything has the code to take advantage of an 020 or 030, especially in an ECS machine, not an AGA machine. So he's like, it's not really worth the cost and the size and the heat. And a modern, you can get modern 68,000 chips that have much, much higher clock rates. So he's like, I'll just see about just a 68,000 accelerator, and it apparently works really well.
That's amazing.
So I'm going to give that a shot.
Yeah, that was, I don't know, you went to VCF, you saw the guy working on the 68,000 brand new computer.
Yeah.
I guess, and I'm like, how many of this CPU stuff are you really taking advantage of in this thing?
Yeah.
And it just takes so much time for an individual to get into that kind of stuff.
This is an adapter board that lets you use a regular old PC floppy drive in an Amiga. It does all the crossing the pins, translating. I think it generates a disk change signal.
Yeah, that's the one.
Even if your drive doesn't have it, even if it doesn't produce it, it just figures it out. And then this one, this is an original production. This is actually my very first circuit board that I designed and had printed.
Yeah.
It is an audio sampler board, like the old Techno Sound. It is based on the Open Amiga Sampler project. What I've done is there are a couple of tweaks and upgrades that somebody has basically published schematics for that are not included in the original project. So I've incorporated all those. I've added this is a level potentiometer goes here, but it's on the board. On the existing one, it's wired in. It's kind of skanky.
Yeah.
And then I went with an 1/8-inch stereo phone input rather than the two phono jacks, just because I think in the modern era, if you've got analog audio, it's going to be the headphone jack style. You're not going to have the two ones.
No, for sure. That's a great modification call out there.
I call it the Ghost because it's Open Amiga Sampler.
Cool.
And this is the version 1.1, which is pretty much just tiny tweaks. I'm working on a version 1.5 that has more. It's not surface mount yet, but I think I'm probably going to go with surface mount.
Yeah, especially
the parts are this stack.
Especially if you got resistors and they don't need to be certain high wattage.
I don't know, but this ADC, if you buy it you can still get it new. But if you buy it in dip, it's $16 a part, and if you buy it in service mount, it's like $5.
Nice.
I'm like, that's if I'm gonna make them and sell them. I can.
Right.
My thing is to have two versions. To have a through-hole version that's easy.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you want to do your own? Cool, just buy the board. Here you go. And then have one that I'm going to assemble and sell that's surface mount, more reliable, the parts are cheaper, I can fit more things on a small board. And that one has you can set the level, it has a 1/4-inch mono input as well as the two RCAs, so you can plug in either an instrument or your cassette deck or whatever. It also has a tunable anti-aliasing filter.
Nice.
Because it's an 8-bit converter, so you've got that anti-aliasing hiss. But if you tune the filter to about like the frequency range of the sample you're using, you can knock most of that out without losing any resolution.
That's wild.
It's cool. And I've got another couple of ideas for it that are not developed enough yet that I won't talk about in public. But I'm actually very, very proud of this. It is the first board that I've designed and printed that is mine.
Nice.
So it feels really cool. And so I'm trying to sell these off because when you order PC boards from China,
you need to buy a bunch.
You got to buy 20, and I just don't need 20 of them.
Right.
So, and I figure I'll sell them off, piecemeal as I go.
Indeed.
So, yeah, what I'm trying to do overall is find where there are niches in upgrades and things like that that aren't quite met or could be improved. And we talked last time I was here about how I'm a mechanical designer, so I've got this subject matter expertise that I think is not represented very well.
Not very well.
And the EE stuff is super well represented.
Oh, definitely.
That's not me. I'm not an EE. I'm okay at it. But that's not my expertise. But I'm looking at all these open source projects, and I'm like, that case isn't very good.
No, none of them are very good.
Kind of sucks.
They're usually just 3D printing.
Yeah,
Look, I got the resolution.
I personally, this is just a pet peeve.
And I'm pretty sure you picked a good plastic on there for a power connector, because I know that most people wouldn't think about that. They just go with, I'll just PLA this.
No, that's ABS. That's ABS. And the production one I want to do probably glass fiber fill because it will be durable. And I would like these parts to mostly be install it and then
and just not catch on fire.
and not catch on fire. Not catching on fire is a real. Not catching on fire. Not biodegrading.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm trying to find these things of where can I bring my expertise and give back to this community that has been super duper generous.
Definitely. Well, cool. Appreciate you showing.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm gonna have to grab some of these ROM things before you go.
Yeah, definitely, because those are such a pain and they're everything.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to see if we even have the parts to build those here.
You might, because
we might.
Most of these is just a dip socket and some pins. Some of them, because they use larger chips, have jumpers to choose which image you're using. But it's really just like 2 parts.
Nice. So. Well, let me grab a couple of those from you now, and then I'd like to go talk to him about his 1200.
Which?
The A2.
Oh, the Apple II, the prototyping or the...
You had the Apple II ROM.
This guy?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, $5 each.
Cool. Yeah, I'll take 2, I guess, and then half tempted to grab a...
Except for the Ghost, none of these are my production.
Yep.
These are all open source projects that I just printed. And one of the things I'm very careful if I'm going to make somebody else's thing to check the license and make sure that this is okay for commercial license, because some people don't want people selling their work.
Yeah.
And I don't want to step on anybody's toes.
For sure.
So I've got to be really careful about that.
You don't have enough change, do you?
I do, actually.
Okay, cool.
You have a 20 there?
Yes.
There's 2 5.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's like crazy.
Somewhere where they're going to get used. I mean, I'm going to use some of them, but I'm not.
1 meg?
Yeah, don't need all of them.
There are so many Apple IIs.
Yeah,
5 is enough.
Well, I have 11 at this point.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm going for... Well, 11's what I need is a project that I'm doing for the Tecto recreation.
The screens, yeah. Unfortunately, all of mine are either pretty much fully restored, and so they're more expensive than you want, or they are just absolute basket cases.
Sure.
Like one of them had a wasp nest in it.
No kidding. That's hilarious.
It took me a while to figure out why it didn't work.
Yeah, that's funny. Let me go say hi. Thank you very much.
And let me give you your microphone back as well.
Okay, sweet deal. Take it easy. Good to see you.
Okay.
So how did all this go?
I mean, I just need to trace it. I'm gonna just do it at home.
Yeah, still didn't quite work. It's still seeing some ROM errors with it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting CIA error. This gen.
Okay, yeah.
I've reflowed it, but it's still.
I wonder if it's time to just replace it then.
I hope it's not, but
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to find, I'm sure.
yeah, they're like pretty expensive too.
Yeah, I bet.
We'll see. But, yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Go for it.
I don't have a 1200. What's this separate board for?
That is for the mouse.
Okay.
I don't know why it's like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Fun stuff. Cool. Well, there we go. I guess we're winding it down here from Dallas Makerspace. So, as always, thanks for joining us on the Texas Nerd House stream. From me, this is Texas Nerd House saying goodbye, y'all, and see you